Hi guys, this is Rena, and today I'll be showing you my photo album, and this is my summer vacation from 2013. We went to Mall of America in Minnesota, which was so amazing. You guys cannot believe how big that place is. They have over 500 plus stores, and when I was there 3 years ago, they were actually adding on, so they probably have like 1,000 stores by now. So that's awesome, and you guys will be able to see some of the awesome stuff that we did while we were there, and a lot of scenic, beautiful photography. I really like photography, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And also, this is a great video if you guys are into scrapbooking and stuff like that. Sorry, I wanted to move that before it got ruined. So as always, on our road trips, we always stop in New York at Niagara Falls. And the falls, if you've never seen them, are absolutely gorgeous. And here's myself and my mother, and there's the Maid of the Mist, which we did ride, as you can see, because we're in our little raincoats. And so I used like some different tapes and stuff like that. This album was one of my first, so it doesn't have like a lot of super creative stuff, but here's like the falls and then some other stuff that we did. I stood underneath the falls and almost got washed away, but it was so refreshing. So here we went to the what's it called again? Oh, the Forney Museum of Transportation. Here's our actual tickets. And they have all different types of old model cars and stuff. And this is Amelia Earhart. I know you guys have to know who Amelia Earhart. This is an actual picture of her what do they call her registry, like for her car, the one you keep in you should keep it in your car, and like, you know, when the cop stops you, not that I've ever been stopped by a cop, but they'll say license registration. So that's what this is, and this is Amelia Earhart's, and you can see her address is Medford, Mass, which I live so close to, and I can't believe she lives so close, even though that was a really long time ago. And here's like another one of the old cars that they have, and this is an old mail truck. This was what mail trucks looked like, and this place is in Colorado if you guys are interested in checking it out. Here's like an old sheriff's car, which looks so different, an old school bus, which looks a little different but sort of still look like that today. Here's some more old cars, and that's like an old pickup truck, which I think is really cool. They had this big train right here, and then this is like the train's gear room, like an engine, stuff like that. It says an old train on the inside, gears on loft, old train at Forney Museum in Colorado. So you can see I used some stickers in here, but not a lot. I used a lot of like things that we got on the trip, like our tickets and stuff like that, and I still do that. It helps add to like the background and the scenery. So here's just some more little buggies and cars. We went horseback riding, which was so much fun, but unfortunately this was the last activity that I got to do on my vacation. So this is up in the mountains, which is why it sort of looks mountain-esque. And here's my horse. His name was Bud. So this was actually not the best day ever. I don't know why it says that. This was the worst day ever. I ended up in the hospital, and I ended up spending the last half of my vacation, which was the last week of my vacation. Here's my horse again, and that's just a horse we saw on the trails. Here's me, like, while I was riding the horse. That was one of my favorite outfits, minus the sweater, and I got blood all over it. But here's some beautiful pictures of the mountains of Colorado. It was raining that day, but it was still beautiful. And this actually was our last stop before I got rushed to the hospital. So this is the Stanley Hotel, and if you guys don't know what the Stanley Hotel is, it's one of the most famous hotels they are, and it's famous for being haunted. And well, there's rumors of it being haunted, and it's famous for being in the Shining movie. I don't know if you guys know, remember that movie or have heard of it or seen it before. So this is a replica that someone made of the Stanley Hotel. And I took this at the Stanley Hotel, and it was used actually in the Shining movie by Stephen King. And this is something completely different. This is just some Legos, a woman sitting on a bench, and a man on a bended knee, and 4 dogs, and roses and something like that. That was actually at the Mall of America. They had all this stuff made out of Legos, some animals, and this huge dragon head. This is all made out of Legos, as you guys can see. Look at this big tiger. And then there's like a little couple or some lovers, and then there's a stage, and all this stuff was inside the Mall of America. They just had like displays everywhere. Here's some more Lego creations and some butterflies and like a Hollywood limo and some actresses. And yeah, so this is from the Mall of America. And I just thought it was so cool because they had like all these little Lego scenes put together, and here's some just people on the beach and stuff like that. Here is like a life-size girl, all completely made out of Legos. And if you guys have never been to Colorado and don't know, they have like wild bunnies that just run around all over the place, and this was right outside my grandmother's house. I also seen a huge one that was like at least 10 pounds. It was huge. I seen it while I was eating at Olive Garden. So if you guys are not from Colorado, you don't know that, but they have just wild bunnies running all over the place. And here's like a Lego one. Here's some more Lego stuff. Here's another look at that gorgeous tiger that they had. And here's Cherry Creek, which is also in Colorado near Denver, and this is a lake, and we went jet skiing there. It was really fun. Here's a dress that I saw at the Mall of America, and it was completely made out of cards. I thought that was really cute. We went here. It's one of the most popular cupcakes places, and they actually won that show called Cupcake Wars. If you guys have watched it on the Food Network channel, we went there. The cupcakes were amazing. They were so delicious, and if I ever go back, I definitely have to get some more. As you can see, there's a huge line, and we were in that line somewhere. Yeah, they won the Food Network TV show Cupcake Wars, so I thought that was really cool, which is why I included a photo of it. Here's this. I saw the chandelier, and I don't know if you guys can see, but it's completely made out of little plastic gelato spoons. I saw this at the gelato restaurant, the gelato shop, and by the way, it was the best chocolate pistachio gelato I have ever had. It was so good. And here was a dress that's completely made out of candy, and I saw this at the one of the probably 30 candy stores they have at Mall of America. Mall of America is famous for being the largest mall in the world. So all these pictures are from our horseback riding with some little medical stuff because I got sent to the hospital. I actually had a kidney stone that was really large. It was 5 millimeters, and it created a blockage so that I couldn't technically pee, and my urine backed up, and I ended up getting an infection. Here's some more cards from the Forney Museum. As you guys look at them, I'll just tell you briefly what happened. And the infection backed up and went into my blood, which is extremely dangerous, and so many people have died or die because of that. And here's some more pictures of Niagara Falls. Not the best quality pictures, but you can still see how gorgeous they are. So I ended up having a really bad infection, and I had to get rushed to the hospital. I had a fever of 105.4, so I was extremely sick. And then I spent 1 week of my vacation, which was the second week of my vacation, I spent that in the hospital. Here's just outside the back of the Stanley Hotel, and some lady at the Stanley Hotel giving like a tour. And this is the sea life, and this is from Mall of America, Minnesota. That's our actual wristband. Here's some jellyfish and a little alligator. So yeah, I got really sick, and I ended up being in complete kidney failure, which is sepsis, and it's super dangerous. So here's another bunny from near my Nana's house. There's actually two. There's one right here, and then like a little bitty baby right there. And here's just some sharks that we saw at Sea Life in Minnesota. and some more pictures of the falls. I'm not sure why I spaced them out like that to be so weird. It should be like one category at a time. But so here's like some turtles and stuff like that. So yeah, I was really sick, and for the past 3 years I have still been battling with kidney infections and kidney related issues, and I also had several stomach infections as well that really hurt me. I actually had to have surgery to have a corrective procedure from having so many infections in my stomach. So I've had a long medical battle with several different medical issues, so this vacation is really special to me because I almost died. So here's the Stanley Hotel again that got taken right before I got rushed to the hospital. And here's one of the activities that we did in Colorado. We went to the butterfly pavilion, and they just have this giant room full of butterflies, and you get to just walk through it. I use these little stones as like a little pathway and stuff. They're just like little cement stones that I just pasted on there. Sorry guys, it's falling. And then here I used some little foam and some stickers right here, and then these are actual pictures of butterflies that I saw there. I just cut them out, and you can see a whole bunch of butterflies. These are all actual real butterflies right here, except for this one. And then here's an up close of one that landed right on me, but after it flew away, got a picture of it. It was right there. So this is the butterfly pavilion, and here's also some more sea life photos. And here's the shark. I really thought this was a cool picture of the shark because you could like see into its mouth to see all its little teeth. And there's another shark. I forget what that one was called. And it says, lobsters' brains are in their throats and their teeth are in their stomachs. I actually didn't know that before I took this picture. Another really cool thing that I learned when I was at the aquarium at Sea Life in Minnesota, Mall of America, was actually about octopus. Now these are jellyfish, but I'm just turning back to this page so you can see the Sea Life aquarium thing. And that was actual wristbands, and I have the other one. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have the other one up there on the wall. And the squid or the octopus that they had in one of the tanks, and I don't have a picture of it, I should have got a picture of it, but they were telling us the story of how there was the tank from the octopus, and there was a fish tank next to it, and every night when they would leave, they would turn the security cameras on, and they would go home, and when they come back there would be less fish and then less fish again, and they're like, where are all the fish going? Why are they disappearing? Well, what was happening was the octopus was fitting itself through a little tiny hole about this big, and it was going through that hole into the next tank and eating the fish and then swimming back into its own tank like nothing ever happened. They had a video of it because they actually caught it on camera, which I thought was really cool. And also, if you guys didn't know, octopuses are very smart. In fact, they're as smart as a 3-year-old. So that was our summer vacation photo album, and this is a huge album that I actually had to put it in a binder. It was so big because the album I actually had it in broke, which is probably why all of the pictures are like all over the place. But I used some washi tape and some colored cardstock and some other in a binder and some other really cool ribbons and stuff in here, and then I just used a lot of stuff that I got on my vacation to decorate it. So if you guys are looking for ideas, and hopefully you enjoyed this video and enjoyed me sharing some of my more personal stories with you, and if you guys would please subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. Bye.